Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. We are going to go over some beef in this video. It's beef time. Low-grade beef, but still beef. Before I talk too much about that, I want to mention that link down below, we have some very fun, awesome flannel hats that come in a few different colors, and there are red flannels, yellow flannels for the flannel heads in the crowd. Again, linked down below. So Nick Cannon versus Eminem. Not one of the more celebrated, well-known, and storied beefs in all of hip-hop. And one could say that it really has less to do with any kind of overtly personal or intimate connection between Nick and Eminem, and more to do with just they were romantically involved with the same woman in different capacities, and maybe at the end of the day, Eminem's a little jealous. Even if Nick Cannon is, in my opinion, one of the corniest men in all of entertainment, dude still got to marry Mariah Carey, and Eminem might have, in previous songs, expressed some negative feelings toward Mariah and him as a result of him not so much being able to close the deal on that relationship. Over the years, bits and pieces of this narrative have come out in headlines, in songs, and Nick Cannon, in a recent interview with T.I., seems to sum a lot of the back and forth here, the drama up in this podcast. The clip is uploaded to YouTube. It's linked down below. If you want to check it out for yourself, you can. Nick Cannon does speak a little recklessly in this clip here and there, but for the most part, it just kind of seems like he's just retelling the tale. It doesn't seem like he's too desperate to try to reopen the wound or anything like that. But still, Eminem ended up responding to what Nick was discussing in this podcast, because Eminem in the past has always seemed to be eager to talk about this for whatever reason, even though it's not really as dramatic or as widely discussed a beef as him and Ja Rule, him and Machine Gun Kelly. He responded to this in a few bars on his verse via the new Fat Joe album that he had on the track Lord Above with Mary J. Blige. It's actually not too bad of a feature. Not only are the lyrics not excruciatingly bad, but on top of it, the flow is a bit more measured and relaxed than a lot of his recent appearances too. Though Eminem's response here, in my opinion, is not overly aggressive. Sure, he's kind of poking fun. Sure, he's being a little provocative, but it doesn't seem like he wants to extend this out much further than it needs to. But Nick Cannon has really gone to the next level. He has dropped a complete diss track here. And it's titled The Invitation. Features, I guess, Nick Cannon and friends on here. Nick Cannon and friends. And kicks off with a phone recording of Suge Knight calling Eminem a bitch. And, I'm going to give this a listen. Another one. I already have already, but I'm going to try it again. Going to listen again. And going to give you my opinion here as to whether or not Nick Cannon has truly dropped some heat on this one. Now, Eminem has already responded to this in like a few tweets. I'm not sure if Marshall really wants to push this any further than it has gone already. If he does, he's most likely going to take a very lighthearted approach and sort of do it for the meme, do it for the joke, do it to troll. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Nick Cannon is just trying to troll here as well. I don't know how angry these guys truly are at each other. Most likely not that angry, and the point at which both of them may have been angry, where Nick was in the depths of his relationship with Mariah and Eminem was saying some pretty foul things, then Nick would have been justifiably more angry, as he discusses in the T.I. podcast. But now it sort of seems like he's just trying to be a little silly with it, get some attention with it. But all that being said, let me play through the track one more time, at least Nick's part anyway, and give my thoughts here. Ba-bam. You know, for as corny as Nick Cannon is, I'll say he sounded relatively cold-blooded on this. He called Eminem Elvis Presley, talking about how his baby mama killed him off over a decade ago, talking about Haley, the other baby that ain't even your baby. He's getting pretty personal here. He's really getting into Eminem's personal details. Also attacking Eminem's issues with addiction over the years too. I mean, it's a pretty short portion of this overall track because he just allows his buddies to, I guess, gang up on Eminem for the rest of the song. And some of them actually have better bars than Nick even did. Not that it's like mind-blowing or career-ending or anything like that. I think Nick was okay here, but how are you going to let your friends just take up so much more of the track? I mean, obviously Nick is trying to use this as like a bit of a promotional opportunity here for people who he's connected with, also for his show Wild 'N Out as well, because he wants Eminem, I think, to come battle him on the show, just to get ratings, just to get views, get all that sort of stuff. Also, Suge Knight coming on here, pretending like, oh, Eminem, whatever your name is, like, yeah, Eminem, one of the biggest rappers of all time, and the dude that Dr. Dre went on to work with and blow up after leaving your label. Yeah, that guy. That's that guy you've never heard of in your life. Look, I'm not going to say that Eminem is beyond responding to Nick here. He's definitely not. Eminem is known to get in the mud, take the low road. That's kind of Eminem sometimes, but that's also partially why people love him. But if Nick Cannon is really going to drag that sort of thing out of Eminem, I feel like he has to upset him more than this, and he has to do more than this. And it has to be Nick Cannon versus Eminem, not Nick Cannon and all of his buddies versus Eminem. Like, it's got to be Nick Cannon come through with an actual track that goes verse after verse after verse after verse, drag some fucking skeletons out of the closet. Yeah, I'm not feeling a whole lot of heat off of this beef. This beef is brand new. It's not even a week old, but yet it already feels like cold ass beef. While I don't disregard or deny the validity of this beef, we're all going to need a bit more participation going on here if this is going to go anywhere. So those are my thoughts. I'll leave it at that. Let me know down in the comments if Nick is playing it too casual, being too lazy, being annoying, if he should just go back to hosting something and just leave the mic alone. I'll talk to you guys later. You're the best, you're the best, you're the best. Over here next to my head is another video that you should check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Eminem, Nick Cannon, forever.